Yeah, hi friends. Welcome. Hi. We are going to discussing about a Spring Boot, Spring Data, and MongoDB CRUD operations. Okay. So, what? How we can integrate one of the NoSQL database? See, right. Till now we discussed about the SQL database, that is MySQL. Previous session we discussed about the MySQL, right? So now we are going to step into Spring Data with one of the NoSQL database is called MongoDB. So using MongoDB, how can we integrate the MongoDB using Spring Data with the Spring Boot application, and how we are going to do the CRUD operations, right? So before starting the session, we need to know a little bit information about the MongoDB and the terminology about the MongoDB, and how to where we need to download, where we can download, and what are the user interface of the MongoDB. Why? Because see, when we are working with the SQL database, we have some user interfaces to connect the database. Like if it is a MySQL database, we have a MySQL workbench. If it is any Oracle or SQL server, we have a SQL developer user interface where we can connect the database. We can create, and we can select we can show we can see the database tables, and database data about the data from the tables, right? Schema. So like that, we have a user interface for the SQL database. Here MongoDB also have one user interface called Robo 3T. So using Robo 3T, like SQL developer or workbench, MySQL workbench, we can connect MongoDB, and we can select the collections, right? So collections it means here there is a little bit terminology is different from SQL database to NoSQL database. If in SQL database we called it as a tables, right? Here we can call it as a collection. So collection is nothing but a table. Uh, in SQL database, we can treat as a rows, right? We can call it a call as a rows, some number of rows, right? Like that, right? Here we can call it as a documents. So that we will see once the when we step into application. So coming to steps, see, Spring Boot, Spring Data, MongoDB, CRUD operations. Steps: download MongoDB and install, and download Robo 3T for MongoDB user interface. As I told you, right? So Robo 3T is like a SQL developer or MySQL workbench. It is a user interface for the MongoDB database. So create a schema in MongoDB using Robo 3T. So we need to create a schema for this. So after creating schema, we can connect from the Robo 3T. So how we are going to create a MongoDB, where we can download MongoDB and Robo 3T, I will show you. So see, MongoDB installation and user interface. See, this link also I will provide this link also in the uh, description channel. So along with my GitHub, I will provide this link also. It is already documented how you where you can download the MongoDB, and where you can download the Robo 3T, and how you install, and how you create a user for the MongoDB. So this is the MongoDB download link. If you click on this, it will open. See here, it is asking, see, latest version is the 4.8 Windows. Here is the MSA file. So you need to download the MSA file, and you need to install, right? Double click on, you can install the MongoDB. So how we can install? So once you install, like it is a .exe file, right? So you can install. So after installing, and also after installing, you need to download the Robo 3T. Robo 3T. This is the, yeah, Robo 3T. Download Robo 3T, not the studio. You can download the Robo 3T for the user interface. You can and also you can install. How you install MongoDB? Just simply double click on this. Double click on this downloaded file. It will ask next, next. It will you can finish. So after installing these two things, you need to go to program files, MongoDB server, the respective version bin folder. In the bin folder, you can find out the MongoDB.exe file. You can see here. So if you open the C folder, C program files, MongoDB server version bin. Here you can see the MongoDB.exe. Okay. MongoD.exe, MongoD, right? You can double click on that. So once Mongo.exe, once you double click on that, you will get the some command like this, like this. So after you need to create a user for this. Use in the sense use MongoDB POC123, which means your schema name. And after enter, you can enter the schema name was created. For that schema, you need to create a user for that. User means you need to provide the credentials for that user, for that schema. So create user vir123. Role is the user admin any database, means DB name admin. So we can create a user in two levels. One is user admin any database, and one is user admin, only user admin for respect to database. So if you want to create a user for this particular database, you need to give the database name here. So if you want to create a user for any database, you can give the role like this. So I created a user like this, created a schema like this, and I created a vir123 and user admin and MongoDB POC. Where you can create, you need to run the mongo.exe. So once you run the mongo.exe, once you can enter in like this. See, you use MongoDB POC123, enter. It is switched to MongoDB, which means it is created a schema. Next, you can create the user for any database. Like this, you can create successfully created, right? So like this, you can create. So after creating, open the Robo3D and manage user and create user. So here create user, right? You can open Robo3D here. Robo3D, where it is the Robo3D? Here Robo3D. After installing, it will come the shortcut in the desktop page. It will ask here create is there, right? So you can click on that create. So once you click on the create, it will check one of the user interface, whatever we are created a database. It will show you, or you need to connect. So create, you need to connect, or you need to connect. Here we can connect instead of create, right? So database type and database name. Database name, whatever you are creating a database name, you can give here and check the test. I already created a database like this, and just I'm checking connect. So it is connected. So you will also, you can create and see MongoDB POC localhost. This is the port number of MongoDB. 27017 is the default port number. So like this we can create, right? So whenever you are created, it will ask to like this. So name MongoDB POC123 localhost. So test, you can test, you can save. So test, it will automatically connected. So add authentication user. So here connection tab, right? You can click on the authentication. So authentication, simply you can give the vir123, whatever you are giving the database credentials while creating role, or while creating user for this particular schema, you can give the here. So you already created, right? So you can test. So connected successfully. Like this, you can create a user for a MongoDB user. No worry, I will provide this link in my description channel. So coming to Robo3D. So I already have a collections, right? So employee collection is there. So simply I will remove the document, and also I will drop this collection. Just I want to show you. Yeah. So now I deleted, right? So whenever you are creating a MongoDB schema, it will come like that. Collections 0, right? Collections are nothing but your tables, right? So rows, we can call it as a documents. So now I'm going to our application. So this is a Spring Boot, our week 5th session. So Spring Boot MongoDB CRUD operations, right? So just I am opening the pom.xml. So in the pom.xml, simply we need to add one of the starter which is supporting MongoDB. So Spring Boot starter data, MongoDB is the dependency. It will download all jar files related to MongoDB, right? Remaining all are right? Coming to project structure. So the same, how we are having the remaining, right? we can have the same controller service and service simple and repository. So here the application, if you open this application, here you have a enable Mongo repositories. You need to give the repo until repo. Why? Because in repo we have a repository, right? Employee repository extend Mongo repository. Previously, it is a JPA repository. When we are connecting with the SQL database, it is a if it is a NoSQL database of MongoDB, we need to use the Mongo repository. So coming to here, enable Mongo repositories. So we need to give the repository full package path. So it will read the repository from this path. So component scan and all, you know, right? So coming to application data properties. So in that application data properties, we need to provide the local host. The MongoDB is running or installed in which host? My desktop, right? It is a local host. So I given local host and the port number of the MongoDB. So what is the port number? 27017 is the default port number. How we have a 3306 for the MySQL, we have a 27017 for the MongoDB, and also the schema name. So here, see, MongoDB active is my schema name. That is what I given, MongoDB active. So the normal the sequential port number I given 2023, previously 2022, right? So this is a server port number. So this is related to MongoDB, right? So coming to controller. So if you open the controller, see this is the Swagger related documentation, and this is the request mapping, save employee, and method type is the post, and produces the application by JSON. So this is an employee service, right? Employee service. I already told you what is the auto void and what is the dependency injection. You can watch my previous sessions. So session 3 you can watch, and session 2 and session 3 you can watch introduction of Spring Boot and Spring Boot application, where I given detailed description about this auto void and all. So this is save, and this is get all employees. This is update employee, and this is delete employees. So based on employee ID, right? So if you go to service, as you know, the basic 4 CRUD operations I mentioned: get all employees, save employee, update employee, and delete employee. Not employees, delete employee. So if you change here, you need to change here also. Fine. Just okay. Controller also we calling that method, right? Fine. Fine. So just now I'm running this application. Okay. Just I'm running this application. Run as Spring Boot application. So if you open console, the application is started, right? The Tomcat is started 2023. Just I'm opening the Swagger user interface. As you know, the user interface for the RESTful applications. Localhost 2023. Yeah. So employee controller. So employee have a four CRUD operations. What are the operations? If you click on this, it will show you. So all kind of operations, right? So no need to create the table and all. So whenever you are defining a entity or document, see one thing I forget to tell you. This is the documents package, right? So in that employee document is there. Previously we call it as an entity, right, as part of SQL, but as part of NoSQL language terminology, we need to treat it as a document, right? So in the document we need to give the collection, employee collection, whatever you are giving the collection name, the same name it will be created the table or table in the database. We can call it as a collection it will create it. So we no need to we should not call here a table. So @ID, what is this ID? Previously it is the Java persistence ID, but now it is the Spring Data Annotation ID. Why? Because we are using a MongoDB from the Spring Data, right? So that is the reason we need to take the ID from the Spring Data Annotation. So remaining all are same. So we no need to give the mapping and all. Automatically it will take. So just it is running, right? So just I am opening this post operation. So try out department Java micro services employee ID 100 first name Veerraju last name Kakarla location Hyderabad India. So just I'm executing this. So successfully saved. Just I want to check collection is coming, record is inserted or not here. Just I'm refreshing the table schema. So one collection is coming. If you expand this, it is showing employee collection. Oh, the collection is created. So just view documents. It is a view documents. So we can see the document here. So the type of documents, the formation of document we can see like this here. It is a graph model. This is the graph model. So if you click on this, this is the table format. So if you click on this, this is the JSON format. So these kind of formats we can see the table data, which means the no collection document data we can see like this. So this is the query. So if you execute this, it will like this. So again, I'm trying to say one more record. Java microservices, Java Spring Boot microservices. Here I give Praveen Kakarla. Bangalore, India. So just I'm saving. So again, it is saved. So just I want to run query again. See, one more record is coming, right? So now I'm going to check further operation. The post operation is done. Just I'm getting get operation, get all employees, right? So just I'm executing this. See, whatever we have the records from the database, the records are coming as part of get operation, right? So just I want to check the update operation. So I will take one of the record here for the update. So put operation, right? Update in the sense put operation. So for the put operation, I already discussed in the previous class. You can watch. So ID we should not change. Praveen, I can give here. Sharath Kakarla. Here I will give some. Just I want to check whether it is updated or not. India, Bangalore, India, right? Because yeah, Sharath, Delhi, Hyderabad. So just I am executing this. Updated successfully. Just I want to check. Just I want to check the 101 was updated, right? Just I'm running this query. See, Sharath and Delhi, right? So these two are updated. So update operation is also done. Just now I want to go delete operation. I'm minimizing this and delete. What it is expecting employee ID, right? So just I want to give, I will give the 101. It is an existing, right? So deleted successfully. Just I want to check that it is deleted or not. Just I'm running one more time. Yeah, it is deleted from the database. So we can see table wise, we can see graph wise, we can see JSON wise. So this is what Robo3D. So this is what MongoDB CRUD operations. So simple. You need to download the MongoDB. You need to install MongoDB and Robo3D in your local, and you need to configure. Configuration is very simple, very simple. Just you can provide the credentials or details related to the MongoDB. So remaining all are same. So if it is a MongoDB, you need to enable the @Mongo repositories. Correct, right? If it in the entity or model, we need to define a @document here instead of table @entity or @table. So like this, we can do the CRUD operations using MongoDB, Spring Boot, Spring Data, and MongoDB. So no worry, I will provide all the links in the description, my description part of this video. Our next very next session, we will be discussing about. Right now we are doing we are done with the different microservices, right? One is the MongoDB CRUD operation is the one microservice. One is the Spring Boot MySQL CRUD operations is one SQL database, NoSQL database. We done with the different microservices. Now we are going to talk about the how we can call one microservices to the another microservice, which means if we have a microservice, B microservice, I want to call a B microservice from the A microservice, which means internal communication of two microservices or microservices communication. How we can consume a REST service, we can talk about the next session. So thanks friends, you can subscribe my channel for the next videos and next sessions. You can enjoy my videos for the next sessions. So I'm going to stop.